Most empires in history have a clear beginning and an end. They rise, they fall, and their language fades into textbooks. But there is one land that has been conquered by Greeks, Arabs, Turks, and Mongols. And yet, it never disappeared. This is Iran, home to one of the world's oldest continuous major civilizations. Today we're peeling back 5,000 years of history to see how this immortal civilization shaped our world and where it stands in 2026. Iranian history proper begins with the Medes, but the world truly took notice in 550 BCE when Cyrus the Great founded the Achaemenid Empire. Here's the thing, this wasn't just another conquest. The Cyrus Cylinder, discovered in 1879, is often cited by historians as the world's first charter of human rights. Cyrus allowed displaced people, including the Jewish population in Babylon, to return home and practice their own religions. And here's a fact. At its peak under Darius the Great, the Persian Empire ruled over an estimated 44% of the world's population, the highest percentage of any empire in history. They built the Royal Road, a 2,500-kilometer highway, and the ceremonial capital of Persepolis. Even when Alexander the Great burned it in 330 BCE, the Persian administrative model was so efficient that Alexander himself adopted it to rule his new world. The 7th century Arab conquest brought Islam to the plateau, but it didn't erase Persianness. There's actually a famous saying, the Arabs conquered Persia, but the Persians conquered the Arabs with their culture. During the Islamic Golden Age, Persian polymaths became the world's teachers. Ibn Sina, also known as Avicenna, wrote the Canon of Medicine, which remained the standard medical textbook in Europe for 600 years. And then there's Al-Khwarizmi, the father of algebra. The word algorithm is actually derived from his name. By the 16th century, the Safavid dynasty unified Iran once more, establishing Twelver Shia Islam as the official state religion, a move that, honestly, defines Iran's geopolitical identity even today. They turned Isfahan into half the world, or a city of such architectural beauty, it rivaled Renaissance Europe. The 20th century was, honestly, a tug-of-war between tradition, modernization, and foreign oil interests. In 1906, Iran led the very first democratic revolution in the Middle East, establishing a parliament. Then, in 1953, a real turning point in global politics arrived. Prime Minister Mohammad Mossadegh nationalized Iran's oil. In response, a CIA and MI6-backed coup overthrew him, reinstating the Shah. This event is cited by historians as a primary catalyst for the anti-Western sentiment that fueled the 1979 Islamic Revolution. In 1979, the monarchy was replaced by a theocratic republic under Ayatollah Khomeini. The world watched as a pro-Western ally transformed into a staunch revolutionary state almost overnight. As we stand here in 2026, Iran is, well, a land of stark contrasts. Despite years of heavy sanctions, Iran remains an energy superpower, holding the world's second-largest natural gas reserves and third-largest oil reserves. With a population of 92 million, nearly 60% are under the age of 40. This is a highly educated, tech-savvy generation. The recent transition in leadership following the events of early 2026 and the continued woman life freedom movement show a nation once again in the midst of a pretty profound internal dialogue about its future. To understand Iran is to understand resilience. It is a nation that has survived through the pen as much as the sword. From the poetry of Rumi and Hafez to the nuclear physics of today, the Iranian story is one of a civilization that simply refuses to be a footnote in anyone else's history. History shows us that Iran doesn't just change, it evolves. And as the plateau shifts once more, the world watches to see what this immortal civilization will become next. Which era of Iranian history do you find most fascinating? Let us know in the comments. If you enjoyed this deep dive, hit the subscribe button for more global history.